It's kind of hard to say without being mean.
Forget my mask.
You know what time it is?
Boom
Shakalaka!
shakalaka! Woo! Oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, happy Halloween. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, indeed.
I don't want to wear it the whole time, but welcome, welcome, welcome to Ms. Rocky and Shaviva North End Update. I'm Rocky.
And I'm Shaviva, and this is North End Update.
It sure is. And it's
Yeah.
Halloween weekend. You've made it. It's Friday, y'all. Let's kick it off.
That's reason to celebrate right there.
I know,
Yes.
exactly. We got the best viewers. We want to shout out to our special viewers, Shaviva.
Teresa Culpepper, Judy Miles, Carnell Hayes, and Charles Young.
All
Hey.
right, Jane Catalinicachi. I'm sorry, Jane. Jesse Bentley, Reed
Oh,
Roberts.
look at us.
Charles. Oh, what was that? Did you
That
do?
was awesome. Wait, do it
I
again.
didn't see it. Do it again, Agnes. Oh, that's too funny. Anyway.
Hey, hey.
Oh, we're scary.
Yes.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh.
Thanks, Agnes, for
Okay.
that special effect. We got ghosts in the control room, apparently.
Paints.
Paints. Okay, please like our North End Update page and subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel.
Yes, and by all means, go to our website, northendupdate.org.
That's right. Check us out. There it is. Look at us looking all professional and
I
everything.
know.
We want to shout out to our wonderful guests that are going to be on here pretty soon. Gwenne Berry, who is Assistant to the President and Chief Diversity Officer at University of Northern Iowa, Shaviva.
Yes, and also our friend Bryan Sink, who is the owner of Bryan's Blue Plate,
Ooh, that
and it's
sounds
going to
so
be
good.
opening up really soon at the Best Western.
Oh my goodness, that'll be so accessible. We'll have
Yes.
to do shows there. I can't wait to see the whole thing.
I know.
It's going to be so exciting. And for our Give It Air today, we're going to talk about Black Power, what it means, just what it means to you individually, and what it means to people collectively, and what we want it to mean.
Right, what it is, and for that matter, what it is not.
Oh, exactly. Right. And also, our talking point today will be always trust your gut. Because sometimes you'll have second thoughts about things and stuff, so we want to encourage people to trust their gut. All right. Don't forget to post Boom Shakalaka in the comments today for your chance to win Dominique Seafood. You got the bucket here now. All you got to do is comment Boom Shakalaka to get your name in here at the end of the show. We'll draw your name for Dominique Seafood. Everybody's got to try
Yep,
that.
ta-da. Okay.
And we're going to get some tickets to Brian's Blue Plate as well.
Oh,
soon,
of
right?
course, of
So you can try
course.
that delicious menu.
Okay, we are just wrapping up 3 really very important awareness months, and one of them is fire prevention, breast cancer awareness, and domestic violence awareness.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And these are all very important issues, so we want you to concentrate on some of those things and, donate, or, in fact, Splash of Color is somebody that we're going to donate to. So to make sure that you're making a difference in your community, please take time to focus on these things.
Yes.
All right, we are celebrating 5 years of positivity from a North End perspective, and we want y'all to know about it.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
Nothing but positive things. In fact, you put hashtag good stuff and you'll get us, right? We want breaking news. I think we have breaking news, Shaviva.
You think so?
Yes, it's breaking news.
All right. Da, 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 da.
Oh, Caleb, you have breaking news? You have to
Yes.
get up for it?
Yes, I do.
Oh, is this hot off the press?
It is.
Awesome.
Doesn't get any
Thank
hotter
you.
than that, right?
Caleb, he's so graceful. Breaking news, Shaviva, what is it? Trick or treat.
That's right. The trick or treat hours for the city of Waterloo are going to be from 5:30 to 7:30
Yes.
this Saturday.
Oh, the gobble.
On the 29th, yes.
Oh, the ghosts and the goblins and the black cats and everybody get your costume out and
Spider-Man and
right, have fun.
yeah.
All right, and newsflash, birthday people, Bryan Sink, the singer, is gonna sing, and I heard Gwenne sing soprano really well. So we're gonna have us a nice quartet. And if we put Caleb in, oh Lord, no telling how good we're gonna sound.
That's right. All we have to do is just open up and sing loud. That's it.
Yes, yes. Okay, we got a question from email, Shaviva.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, go ahead.
Tell us something about your friend that most people don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Do I get to go first?
Well, you know.
I'm going to go first. There's one thing that people may not know about Shaviva, and that is that Shaviva is a very dramatic actress. So I just want you to, maybe Agnes can get a close-up on this, but Shaviva has these dramatic faces. And if you say, yeah, act scared, pretend, Shaviva, pretend like you're scared. No,
Right.
really scared.
Really scared?
Yeah.
That wasn't scary enough?
No, really.
Oh, man.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, you're not going to do it.
I did.
You did. Okay. Okay. It gets better than that, but she's acting kind of shy.
I'm just being goofy right now. And one thing that a lot of people probably don't know about Rocky is that she is was until very recently a motorcycle mama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people might not know that, but I tend to ride the Harley every once in a
I
while.
was gonna say you're pretty serious if Harley is your beast
Right.
of choice.
Yes. Okay. Well, those are some things, and thank you, Gail from New Hartford, for asking those questions. Shaviva was acting shy, but you really ought to see her do her performances. They're funny. Okay, I think it's time to introduce our guests.
Yes.
Agnes is going to run out here because we're going to talk to our guests about the Soul Town.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Welcome. Welcome. See, TV magic, they're here.
Yeah.
Ladies first, welcome to you, Gwenne Berry.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for coming. And Bryan,
It's my pleasure.
long time no
I know,
see.
it's
I know.
been a while.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
You're looking well. And I think I saw Maddie and Corey doing something recently together, maybe shopping or
Yeah.
I think it was a birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's certainly good to see you here.
It's nice to be here.
Good. Of course, you guys are familiar with the Soul Town, right?
Absolutely.
It's a homegrown, hometown magazine that features lots of things, articles about black and brown people. And actually, you can find us if you press play in the Soul Town. So,
Rocky's favorite feature.
right, our
about the
favorite
magazine.
feature is if you have the digital version, you can actually see that little play button. You can press play and you can watch this show and see Bryan Sink and Gwenne Berry.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So to get your digital copy, or if you want a hard copy, you can go to thesoultownmagazine.com.
That's right, or right in here in town at Earth's Beauty Supply, 704 Franklin.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so today we're going to talk our Give It Air. I guess we'll talk about Give It Air first. So our Give It Air today is Black Power. And when we say Black Power, I think a lot of things come to mind, and different people may have a different opinion about what Black Power is, or what it means, or what it was started out to mean, Shaviva.
Well, generally speaking, I would say back in the 60s and 70s, when people said Black Power, when Black people said Black Power, you're talking about self-determination. For the most part. You talk about a wide range of things that have to do with putting forth what you want to see in your life, exerting power over your own circumstances.
Yes,
Yeah.
Positivity is what I think of when I think of Black Power, especially in the 1960s when Black people were first beginning, in my neighborhood, to recognize that Black is beautiful and to acknowledge that there's Black love, Black culture, and to love yourself and power within your own culture. Because I think a lot of times Black people felt powerless. So to actually tell yourself and your children, your siblings, that you have power, and Black joy comes from Black power, I believe. Black girl magic, you hear about that a lot because it's things that we want to instill to our children, that they're special. So, you know, you really might not be magical, but if you tell your little girl, you know, you got that Black girl magic and you can work it at school, at play, then that makes them feel special.
Yes.
And that's powerful.
I can tell you what Black power means to me because I was a young kid watching the Olympics.
Right.
And I saw my first act of civil disobedience. And it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, young men on the podium, and they said it out loud and proud.
Yes, yes. In fact, I think it's a logo for the Soul Town. It was.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, that image resonated across America.
Shivers.
I know. I just got chills too, because how bold was that? You know, to actually demonstrate that, yeah, we did it, and it was Black power that got us here. The power of self-love. Do you want to comment?
And I for me, Black Power, that was the 60s. Black Lives Matter. Black
yes.
Lives Matter today was Black Power then.
Right.
And I think they very similar things that we were reminding ourselves, our people, as well as people outside of our community. And when I say community, I mean just outside of our race, that we are as good as, and we
Yes.
shouldn't have to do more than, jump higher than, run faster than, in order to be considered equal. And that's what it was, that reminder that we too belong, we too have achieved, we too are part of this community.
Yes.
And it gave so much strength in that fist that went with it.
Yes.
It was on everything, and that was the message right there. I'll never forget, my father had this big afro pick that had the
Okay,
fist
right,
on
right.
the bottom of it,
Yeah.
and that we loved that pick.
Right.
It said everything.
I like
Yes.
the parallel that you drew to Black Power and Black Lives Matter. And just as people have had a negative connotation
Oh, yes.
about Black Lives Matter, in this time, they had that same negative connotation about Black Power in the 60s too, as far as there's something threatening about it, stuff like that.
Yes.
When it wasn't a threat, it was just an assertion of, hey, I am here. I
Yes.
matter, you know.
Yes.
Not that no one else does, but I do. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you. We just wanted to give that a little air, and there's a lot of more discussion that we could certainly talk about that and different perceptions of it. But like I said, sometimes airing things out is the best disinfectant. So
Absolutely.
getting that talking point done.
Yep.
All right. And speaking of talking points, now we're going to talk about trusting your gut. Okay, ladies first.
I'm happy to talk about it. I firmly believe that the human race, we already know about fight or flight. You get that sense. It will tell you. We joke about, horror movies. Run, don't go in there. There's that. We have that sense when you're walking along, and we pay attention to, I don't feel right here. This isn't a good place for me to be. But what we don't do is pay attention to that sense of ourselves that's saying, this might not be the best decision for you. These might not be the best people for you to be spending time with. Or saying yes to that question might not have been the best thing. But I think it's there. Learning to tune into it is the trick. You have to pay attention. I've been actually testing myself to go with my gut. The very first thing that pops into your head, and I'm usually right. If I go with my gut
Yes.
and not overthink the issue, that's when you get into trouble. Going with my gut has almost always taken me to the right place.
Okay. And I think to whom much is given, much is expected. And I think when you're dealing with big money things, big decisions, how do you handle that, Bryan? With that all in context.
Well, a friend of mine told me one time that if you want to change your life, put your hands behind your back and fall forward. And something's going to happen.
Oh my goodness.
You might break your nose.
Oh.
But you might get caught by someone important and your life changes. But something's going to change. And that's trusting your gut.
That is trusting your
Yeah.
gut. Okay. Interesting. Few bloody noses along the way, but
I like it though.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's best to be spontaneous, especially if you're, a person that is very creative. Spontaneity is a good thing, I think.
And that word trust is in there again. Falling forward with your hands behind your back is about trust. And trusting in the right thing to happen when we've done what we're supposed to do. It's good. I believe it will fall into place every single time.
Ooh-wee, that's key. That's
Yes,
key.
indeed.
When we've done what we're supposed to do. Like I said, to whom much, this is my father always said, to whom much is given, much is expected. So you got to do that stuff first. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for that. Now we get to talk to you about what, Shaviva?
Yes, well, we get to talk to you, Gwen. First of all, we've already said thank you for being here. Say it one more time. Really appreciate you. Talk about what your position is, what it means to be in as succinctly as you can, because I know you could probably talk the entire
show.
Yes.
No, I
What
see
is
the
a
word
chief-
chief in there.
yes.
My goodness, that's putting
chief
yourself
diversity
right up
officer.
That is a lot. I will tell you this, I'm going into my 7th year in this position. Before I went into the position, called the individual who's actually the vice president for institutional diversity at Iowa State. And he said to me, "Are you ready? I'm not answering any questions until you tell me, are you ready for this?" And I had no clue what he meant. So of course I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And now I know what he meant.
Okay.
Every single year, this job has been something different. And that's because increasingly what happens externally greatly affects what happens on our campus. Our students do not come to campus and live in this isolated manner. After George Floyd was murdered, our students came back to campus with that on their minds, COVID or not.
Right.
When the Black Lives Matter movement started, our students came to campus with that on their minds. And they want to talk about it. They want information, so you need to be ready to be a resource. But they also want to feel like it's a safe place to explore all of these things that are happening to them. Just the whole concept of any of the isms, racism, sexism, all of those things, they need resources, but they also need to be ready to practice it. What is this going to look like when I graduate? How will I bring all of me with my, I may be trans, I may be Black, I may be a female going into a society or a workplace that may not be ready for me or has never seen me before. What's that going to look like? And that, I would say that's the biggest chunk of my job right there. Is education.
Yes. Wow.
Okay, well, the environment that's actually going on campus or whatever, are there standards or benchmarks or whatever that must be in compliance that sort of throws, you can tell when it's not, and what's to be done about that?
Shaviva, we learned 2 things. We learned, just as you said, that we have to measure this. And we learned the best way to measure it is using 2 standards. One, we have to have numbers. And that's the easiest thing. Are we recruiting enough Black and brown students to our campus? Are we recruiting enough people who identify as members of the LGBTQIA plus community, things like that? So we can measure that. And we have actually written that into our strategic plan this time around. And that strategic plan actually kicks off in 2023.
Oh,
so we're
okay.
still working on what would it look like? What do those numbers have to look like? But we are also right in the middle of what we call a climate survey. So we are asking every single person who's a member of the UNI community to tell us about their experiences, what's good, what's bad, what should we change, what do we need, what issues are at the front of your mind when you come to work.
The
and how to-
qualitative side.
Absolutely. We have to do the qualitative and the quantitative.
Okay.
Checking that climate. Got to make sure the temperature's just right.
We
Yes.
do.
Okay. And so how can people contact you, or are there any special events you want to tell our viewers about that are coming up? Or how can people contact you if they're a student or if they're not a student, or if they just want to talk to you about their inclusion?
Absolutely. And I wish this had been last week. I would have told them about the Economic Inclusion Summit that we have
sure.
every year. It was fantastic.
Good.
But my email address is Gwenne, GWENNE .berry, BERRY @UNI.edu. I'm always happy to talk to people. You can also call me at 319-273-2576. That's
Great.
the number. Someone will always pick that one up, and you can always get me that way.
Right. I call you all the time. And one of my good friends is Gwen Berry, so I'm like, is this the right Gwen? No. But thank you so much for sharing your job,
Absolutely.
and hopefully young people can see what you do and want to mimic it, because it's a great job that you do.
You will see everybody's hiring a CDO these days to do
Okay.
just that.
See? Told
Okay.
you.
All right.
All right, now we got Bryan. Yay,
Yes.
Bryan. Let's clap for Bryan, because
Okay,
he's
that's
back.
right, for the blue plate.
He is back with a blue plate. Talk
Yeah.
about that blue tape. How did you name it Blue Plate?
It's a real interesting story.
Oh, we can't wait.
So in the 50s and 60s, the idea of the blue plate was just a special. You know, somebody had the blue plate special in the 50s and 60s. But the history of it goes way back farther.
Okay.
In the 1800s, 1890, 1895, there was a guy who had a restaurant, and he had blue plates, and he was the least expensive guy in town.
Oh.
And everybody flocked to his blue plate specials.
Okay.
And it thrived. Then the Depression came,
Uh-oh.
and everybody copied him, and blue plate became synonymous with inexpensive, affordable, even in a Depression era, meals. So my previous restaurant was a little bit high-endish, and I wanted to really push back on that and be much more accessible and have a much broader gamut of people that could enjoy it.
Nice.
So I decided to make it very inexpensive, very affordable, and really inclusive in every way.
Oh, you've always been good at that.
How long have you had this idea for this restaurant? How long has that been in the works?
What time is it now?
Long time, right?
Oh, 3 months of really seriously
Okay,
thinking about it.
intensely trying to
Yeah,
put things
yeah.
together. Okay.
Yeah, and it's really my daughter's idea to do it. And you know Matea, she has.
Oh,
She
she's
has ideas.
growing into a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
And we have a tablet that doesn't have a microphone, so we want to make sure people can hear you. So try to use.
Speak up.
Speak up a little bit.
I will use my
'Cause
theater
us ladies-
voice
That's
for the rest of
right.
the
Us
show.
ladies, we
Outdoor
got
voice,
that-
yes.
Happy to talk loud.
Right, right. So tell us what kind of food you'll have.
Comfort food.
Comfort
Yeah,
food.
comfort food.
Ooh, my
Okay.
favorite.
Fried chicken, mashed potatoes,
Hamburgers.
turkey, hamburgers, pork tenderloins, hot beef sandwiches.
Oh, hot
Oh.
beef.
Yeah, hot turkey sandwiches.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Lots of fresh vegetables. Lots of stuff really for some of the people I'm trying to include are like people with gluten intolerances,
Oh,
vegetarians,
sure.
even vegans to the extent that I can. You know, everybody will find something that they can eat at the restaurant.
Now tell us, is it a family
Yeah, very family.
affair? So,
Yeah.
is Matea and Corey, are they going to be part of the business? You
Well-
guys work it together, or I know your clients will be family.
Corey is actively boycotting.
Oh,
Yeah, but Matea has jumped in with both feet.
okay.
No, Corey's.
She's on.
She has a job,
Oh,
so
I
she
see.
can't help me too much. But no, it's a very family place. Even things like soft drinks are free.
Oh my.
It's $12.99 to eat the biggest meal there.
Wow, okay.
So,
Love it.
yeah.
Sounds like
And you get to venture into a big commercial kitchen to get your food because I've decorated the kitchen. You actually walk in the kitchen and get your chow in the kitchen.
Is that
Wow.
right? So
Yeah.
it'll be something unique and
Oh,
something
yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
And talk about the entertainment.
Yeah.
2
I know-
stages.
Huh?
2 stages.
Ooh.
There's a small stage for more of an unplugged kind of an acoustic vibe, and then there's a huge stage for whatever we decide it needs to be. It can be anything from, gosh, I don't even know what kind of music's going to be on that stage yet because everybody's interested in talking about it. So I can't wait to see who steps up to say, I want to play there.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know we'll have blues every Thursday. Bob Dorr is back hosting a blues show, and we'll have jazz on Sunday nights. Those 2 things I know. I'm sure of those.
When is your official?
November 1st, we'll be open for dinner.
All right.
November 1st? What's that, the day
That's
after
right around the
tomorrow?
corner, yeah.
November
Oh, my
1st.
goodness.
Right.
I
Tuesday.
can't wait.
Yeah.
You probably won't be able to find a seat that day, but I'm
Yeah.
going to sure try.
One more thing I want to say.
Yes.
There's parking. There's a parking deck right outside my front door that's attached to the restaurant. We'll validate your parking. You don't have to pay to park in the garage,
Oh,
but
what?
we got to learn to park in the garage. On account of that,
Sure.
parking spaces are tough to find on the street. So change your paradigms a little bit and attempt to park in a garage. You'll like it once you try it.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And that might even be something new to Shaviva for people in this area.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because in a place like Waterloo, it's easy to get spoiled as far as having, parking available and stuff like that. So.
But as that neighborhood becomes more and more viable and more exciting, the parking deck's going to come into play for everyone. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Well, great. We always love it when you stop by, Bryan.
Thank you.
As I mentioned before, Travis was on the same show with Bryan when he was first here. And they're both doing great things, and I'm just glad to see them, I mean, I don't know why I'm putting you on the same plane with my son, but you guys both. I'm proud of you guys, just to actually bloom.
We're both good-looking guys.
Well, yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yes. Shaviva, what else? So now we're going to talk about our sustaining collaborators.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's what we need to do. Thank you, Bryan, so
And
much.
what else can we do? Can we talk to you about your phone number, your location?
Yes,
You want to give
location.
everybody
Yes.
the location?
Yeah, the phone
address.
the phone number is 319-610-6633, and the address is the Best Western Hotel, 205 West 4th Street, Waterloo, Iowa.
All right,
Okay.
Waterloo, and we know he could have done it anywhere. He could have put it in Hooterville or something, but he decided to come to Waterloo, Shaviva. Isn't
All
that
right.
great?
Yep. So we
Love
got
people who love Waterloo.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I grew up 10 blocks from the restaurant,
Oh, really?
1314 Jefferson Street
Well, how
was
about
where
that?
I grew up. Yeah,
Hanging out in your old hood.
that's right.
Super.
All right. Again, thank you so much. And we do indeed need to thank our sustaining collaborators.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are they?
They are Waterloo Community Foundation. Yes. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Yes. Look at that. I love
Yes.
that picture. It's a good one. I'm just grinning because we hold a whole big check they gave us. That
Yeah.
was so nice. Thank you, Waterloo Community Foundation.
Yes.
And also, we want to thank We Arose. All season long, they've been helping us to eliminate food deserts around here by increasing access to affordable, healthy food options through their Greens to Go mobile produce market. Fresh produce every week on Tuesdays and Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. at Jubilee and that's on the corner of Newell and East 4th Street, Shaviva.
We also need to thank the Grout Museum District. Be sure to check out their website for more information on upcoming exhibits. And as Carson shared with us earlier on the pre-show, there's a big thing coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for Veterans Day.
Yes, highlighting the Sullivan Brothers. So make sure you go to Grout Museum's page. And also we want to thank UNI Educational Opportunity Center. They had us there today for their Fast FAFSA. I can't say it right. There it is.
FAFSA frenzy.
Yes. And so it was a great thing today, and it's still open until 5 o'clock. So go in there and help with your FAFSA papers, and bring your what? ID? What
And
was it?
your tax information, your
Tax information from last year.
income tax, yeah.
Yes. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Brian didn't bring his guitar, but I know he can sing.
And Gwen didn't bring her voice.
Gwen, come on now, because I always count on you to sing, because I know you can sing good.
Hey, y'all, I'm bringing the voice I got, so you just have to deal with that, all right?
All right, we want to say happy birthday to the best birthday people, because they're our friends.
That's right.
Heidi Hoff Morrissey, Yakubu Agbese, Eric Lillis, Kelly Franklin, and Charles Simpson.
All right. Kenneth Thoreau, Deborah Saffold, Francine Spencer Thompson,
Hey, Francine.
Omar LaFleur Sr.,
Oh,
and
my.
Alicia Kane Hunt.
All
Happy birthday.
right. Oh, Alicia Kane Hunt. I don't know you, but I like the name of that sound. The way her name sounds, Alicia Kane Hunt.
That should be a famous person.
Right, right. And I'm sure you would agree
Couldn't fit more perfectly.
than to have a world party.
On the
Come
day
on,
it
Caleb.
came to be.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Come on,
to
Brian. I
ya.
can't hear you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right. See, we made it. We did it.
We did it.
Yes.
We got through it all and got some good news involved as well.
Yes.
We want you to get ready for our upcoming show. Next week is going to be a great one. We got Travis with some big news, about like Brian's big news.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
That's
and as seasoned women, we've both seen something, and we've learned a few things in life, and we want to share them with you.
Yep. Now, what I've learned is I've learned so much from my mistakes.
Okay.
I'm thinking about making a few more.
Okay.
Okay.
What I've learned is I'm not afraid of the responsibility of caring for other people. Ooh, that's really true. I should be
That's
more afraid, but yeah. I guess I don't mind. I jump in with 2 feet if I
No,
could help somebody.
Absolutely. Yes.
I try. I think we all do, right?
We all give it our best shot.
Yes. Tell us about your grandmother real quick. How is she? That's talking about caring. She don't need no care. She's doing
adore
well.
that woman. She is 101
Oh,
years old.
praise
Wow.
I won't tell all her business,
Right.
but she's amazing because even at 101, she still jokes. We watch the news together,
Oh,
then we
yeah.
watch Wheel of Fortune
Oh,
together.
not Wheel of Fortune.
Who doesn't? And she's into politics. She knows what's going on in the world. She's just amazing, and I hope I have her genes.
Oh,
I know
you
that's
do,
right,
you
yes.
do, I know
Wow.
you do. Brian, okay, we're gonna go, Agnes, but I gotta ask Brian, are your parents still around or?
No,
No, ours are gone too.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a blessing to
It
have your
is.
grandmother. And yeah, keep doing what makes you awesome, everyone.
That's right. Like Gwen and like Brian, because it makes us
All
all
look
look good. Hey, folks, and remember, if it's Friday,
It's
North End Update.
See you next week.